Yo, what's good, everybody? This your boy JTL. Just opposite from the norm. We back with another one. Got my
Yep.
boy HD on here for episode. He finally came down from his castle to grace us with his presence out there
I
in
had to I had to go rob
that
me a
rich
castle.
neighborhood, that rich, them good clean areas out there by that water.
Yeah, where you can rob you a motherfucking cracker every day. That's right.
Anyways, so yeah, so I'm gonna start off with some I had I want to say this. I'm gonna start on talking about how the sad thing is when we talk about being accountable as a people. So shout out to the brother Mario J. He did a live today talking about Love Dorsey. Shout out to her St. Pete stand up, and he was playing her videos and just was asking people's opinion. Is she coming too rough with her verbiage and how she talk because she goes straight, no chaser. She cuss a lot. So I'm putting in the comment section, people like men and women like, I mean, she's saying some real stuff, but she don't gotta cuss too much. And the brother Mario J was saying like, well, what does it matter if she's telling the truth? You know what I'm saying, son? And I was putting in the comment section like, hey, some people, this is how they talk. And I seen one brother say, well, he's known sisters that's able to get their point across without talking like that. And I'm like, bruh, those good sisters are not talking to the streets. You're not gonna see those good sisters in the streets talking to street people in their language on how they need to, you know what I'm saying, be related to. And with all due respect, no offense, but for certain street people or people, I ain't saying everybody's in the streets doing dirt. So, cause we need to get that fixed. That definition on what people making it when they say street nigga, street bitch, and all that. That don't mean these people out here always doing drugs or selling drugs and robbing and stuff. That don't mean that necessarily. That means, that's how they talk and they relate. They be around the way, what I'm saying, around the block. That's how they talk to each other. That's how we talk. So people just, and I'm like, hey, she from my city, man. That's how we talk. Some people need to hear. And and uh the brother was saying for telling the truth and holding ourselves accountable, you know what I'm saying? And he was saying a lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying, we rock with Love Dorsey because she don't just call out the brother, she call out the sister too, so well balanced. And so people was acting like they agree, and then I see this one sister talking to this other brother in the comments, I wasn't paying no mind till she said something. She was like, yeah, I made sure I got myself together. My grandmother always told me ain't nobody supposed to do nothing for you. But on the other hand, my parents used to let my brothers get away with whatever, and they expected the most out of me being a daughter. But they let my brothers get away with everything. I was like, hold on, I got to respond to that. So I was like, sister, sister, sister. I'm like, if you happy, you working, you doing what you need to do. God bless you to build somewhere in life. Why are you on here downing your brothers to people that don't know them? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you saying that stuff? And she responded like, well, that is the truth. That's what they blase squads. And I said, yeah, I hear you, but if God bless you to be in a happy place, just keep doing you and just pray for your brothers. There she go. No, but black man ain't around here doing what they supposed to be doing. And I got to call it out. I said, but you got to call out in the comment section with a bunch of people that don't know you. You got to put your personal business out there like that. I'm like, if you happy, just do you. Pray for your brothers and do you. Well, whatever. I mean, child, bye, boy, bye. I'm good in my life. Where you at in your life and blase squads? And I'm just like, listen, you can say that all that you want, just try to take shot. Don't matter. All I'm saying is you don't have to do that to your own people. Well, they expect more from daughters and all that. then and men don't do what they supposed to do. And his live was in it, so I didn't get a chance to say. Well, I said it, but I didn't get a chance to get a response. I was like, well, show me your facts to back this up. Show me about numbers about how many brothers in college, how many brothers working, how many brothers taking care of their kids. Don't just be talking out of your ass. Actually show the proof. Because the sad thing is the brother was talking some good stuff. And, let's focus on what she's saying. The message is it a problem who the messenger is, or are we getting the message? And it's so sad that a sister took this time out to do the same thing he was saying we should not do. Why brothers gotta be calling sisters out all the time? Why sisters gotta be calling brothers out all the time? And he called out other content creators, the simp niggas, I ain't gonna say their name, fuck them. And he called out the real dudes like Kevin Samuels, saying gave love to Love Dorsey. And it was like, why do we make that as an audience? Why do we take up for that and being like, oh, hey, yeah, fuck them niggas, or yeah, fuck them hoes. And it pissed me off because I'm thinking like, all right, we need to really, if you pay attention to numbers and facts and statistics, you will see it's not black men that are being coddled, because she tried to say black men are being coddled. Okay. The majority, because I did a show on this a while back, the majority of people that don't, it's 85, no, 87%, especially when it comes to men, period, in this country. 87% of people that are on child support are men. About 80 something to almost 90% of people that get arrested for domestic abuse is men. 80 something percent of people paying alimony is men. Explain to me, and when it comes to police brutality, and it comes to, you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff, that number of over 2 million something, that's men, black men. If you put all the numbers together, it's about 10 plus million or somewhere right there with men in general in this country. When you look at the statistics, where do you see men get away with shit and women are the one that have to produce the most and be the most best? That's a lie. Men do get held accountable all the time. So it gets annoying when I hear that narrative. And then if you look at who's getting the most food stamp, brothers or sisters. Who's getting the most assistance, housing assistance, brothers or sisters. Who gets more assistance and versus who gets held more accountable. So I told her also, I said, I'm gonna give you some game, young sister. Men, it's not that men get away with shit more. It's just men be like, fuck it, and move on more. And let shit go more than women do. But like I said with the numbers, men get held more accountable than women do. So it's annoying when we keep hearing these narratives that men just ain't doing their shit. Or men get away with the most shit. That's not the truth. So why are we still sitting here instead of trying to work together, we do that. So when I throw those numbers out there, which are concrete, people can look them up, you have a lot of sisters that don't want to hear that. Now I say that with brothers, brothers are more inclined to listen. Men are more inclined to listen. So my thing is, how do we balance things out with reality so we can start fixing things? Because if we talk about the numbers, brothers get it bad. So and sisters get things bad on their end when it comes to abuse and things that's, you know what I'm saying, that sisters go through from men, from brothers. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm just taking one side. So my whole thing on this, we talk about balance. And that's what I want to talk about. It's us being on point with balance. Let's not just make it about brothers. Let's not just make it about sisters. I just did a show about not seeing strong brothers on TV no more. For Get Your Mind Right Monday, this Monday that just passed. So I'm thinking God willing next Monday I'm gonna talk about sisters. They're not being the right type of sisters to portray the right image for strong sisters no more. That's trying to do the right thing, like a Claire Huxtable or you know, some of the sisters that was on a different world in college doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Versus love and hip hop and basketball. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like so what do you think? I ain't mean to take up so much time, but what do you think on that end about having well balance for men and women? Because a lot of content creators only make it one side. HD.
Oh, it goes back to what we spoke about a couple shows ago when I was saying that everything now is all about who's winning, who's at top, who's at bottom. The whole balance thing goes into what I was saying about us helping each other. If we're helping each other and we're trying to, if you're gonna say that men are below, all right, well, let's help pick each other up, or vice versa. If the men are saying the women are down, let's help pick each other up. And if we're doing that, the balance is gonna come because we're gonna be picking up the slack. If the men are slacking somewhere, all right, pick up the slack until we can get up to wherever quote unquote we need to be, and vice versa. If a woman is slacking somewhere, let's help her. Let's not put her down. Let's say, hey, all right, you down on this thing. Can I help you? And that's when we're gonna have to, as grown-ups, put pride aside and say, all right, so I'm effing up in this category, but this brother or sister is coming to me and trying to help me, and to help me see through this. And that's where the balance can come if we are willing to help each other and stop acting like it's a competition, or who's gonna get to the finish line first. We're supposed to be a team. All the brothers out there say they want to find a good woman, and vice versa. The women say they want to find a good man, but when you do, it's supposed to be teamwork. It shouldn't be about, oh well, I'm better than him, or I'm better than her, or my job better. All right, all that is. It seems like you want to be in a competition more so than a relationship. And speaking on what that young lady said, I'm just not even going to go into numbers because, of course, we can pull up numbers and that's what we do. But when she says that comment about the families usually look at the woman in a certain light more so than the man, I definitely disagree with that because just over time, just think about it. A man is looked at to be quote unquote a provider. So if you have some parents and they have a daughter and a son, that son, what do they want? They want both their kids to go out there, be happy, get married, have a family, have a good life. That son is looked upon that he's supposed to go out, find this dope ass job, make all this money, and provide for his family. That's not the boulder that goes on the woman's shoulder. The woman, the sister, in this instance, the daughter, she's supposed to, go do whatever she got to do and find a husband that's going to provide for her and take care of her. So it's more pressure on the man than the woman. I just don't agree with what she was saying or her logic in that situation. I really don't, because from the beginning of time and even now, in the year that we're in now, men are looked upon as supposed to be the breadwinner, supposed to take care of everything. So it's more pressure on the man than the woman. I definitely don't agree with what she's saying. And then, we can just do that, just looking at it from simple terms, looking at life over time. And then, my partner's coming with the numbers. So her argument is definitely in the dirt, in my opinion. And she just sounds like somebody that's coming from a defensive standpoint, and we need to stop being so defensive if we trying to be a team and we trying to lift each other up. That's the whole thing that we're pushing on our show, is that we need to stop making this a competition. We need to stop making it men versus women, and it should be men and women, not man versus women. Take the verse part out of it and just have it man and women. And if it's that you don't want to have it where it's man and woman, stop saying you want a relationship. Just be single and do your thing. But if you want to find something and you want to find a relationship, or even in conversation, if we can forget the relationship part, just being in conversation. If you want to be on podcast or a blog or whatever, at least try to be fair, because it makes no sense for you to try to have conversations with people and every conversation is a war or an argument. That's how I feel.
And the sad part about it, like when they talk trash about Kevin Samuels, it's like, but when he was doing shows, just talking at brothers, nobody said nothing. Then when the average at best video went viral, oh, he a dog, he a nasty motherfucker. He talked to sisters like that. And it's like, hold up. You don't see when he talk to brothers like that? When he talk to brothers like that, y'all don't say shit. What uh I mean, yeah, it was messed up that one brother I seen, but he always doing that to sisters. He do that to brothers all the time too. And I said, This is a brother. I came up seeing brothers like this. This is the type of dude that ain't gonna let you pull no slack with him as an adult. It don't. That's the old school. Like he's 51, so he comes from that old school logic. That's how my pops is. They don't want to hear that bullshit. It don't matter if you male or female. Get on your grind. Take care of your business. Period. But we don't have enough brothers like that. And then when we did, we allowed the system to come and take them out. Even with the street gangs. When you got somebody like a brother like Larry Hoover, bruh, they took him out because they were scared of the power that he had in Chicago. Now look at Chicago. It's too off the chain. It was more structure in Chicago. You still had gang violence and stuff like that, but it was more structure to where. And you hear the nigga Corey Holcomb talk about this all the time. Back in the days when he was growing up, if niggas was about to get down, when they seen Miss Gladys or whoever walking, hey, chill that shit out. Wait till Miss Gladys going out. And everybody, how you doing, Miss Gladys? Everybody show respect. Even when the niggas was about to battle, they cool that shit out and let Miss Gladys go in the house. Take this shit. Let's just take this up the road. Let's take this in the alley. Let's take this down the block. Let's take this a few streets over where ain't no innocent people around. This is the type of structure the gangs had from GDs, VDs to motherfucking West Coast to the Crips, the Bloods. This is the structures they had back then. So when they took them leaders out, what you thought was gonna happen? And this is what people need to realize when it comes to our people. It was designed to be this way. And then when people get mad, oh no, brothers just do what they supposed to do. It won't be this way. That's bullshit. Because you can't sit there and tell me that we just decided from the '60s, before all the way up to the '60s, even after coming out of slavery, having the mindset to build our own town. All them black towns that got burnt down. All them black towns that got burnt. All these hundreds of years from after slavery. And you mean to tell me that we just said, fuck it? We've always been this way? No. You can look at history and see what happened. I don't care what a bitch like Candace Owens, punk ass, race trading ass says. Oh, the reason why we lost so much shit because we were burning down our own towns. Bitch, you're telling half truth. That's propaganda. That's bullshit. So the sad thing, I'm gonna end it on this and let my partner go into his point. The sad thing is until we realize it's gonna always be a gender war between our brothers and sisters, that what we gotta realize we both got some shit to clean up. And that's why I started saying not too long ago, fuck finding a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife. We need to find a way to help heal each other and be there for each other. Put God first and find a way to heal each other and be there for each other. It don't need to always be about sex and relationships all the time. Sometimes you need to just be an ally to a sister. Sometimes you just need to be an ally to a brother. When a brother going through it, how you doing? You doing all right today? All right. They talking about some hollering? No, I ain't. I'm just seeing how you doing. That's all. Hopefully you doing all right, brother. Or hopefully you doing all right, sister. Stop. Every time a brother say hello to a sister, don't think he always want to holler at you. When a sister speaks to you,
Right.
don't think she always want to holler at you. Just how you doing. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that.
And that what you just said and ending, that goes into the teamwork thing. That's you said with the helping to heal, that's teamwork. That's what I think is the biggest issue is with brothers and sisters, we don't have teamwork. It's like we're on the same team. We're on the same team. Why are we fighting against each other? We supposed to be coming together against the other team. So I definitely agree with you. The healing thing, that's a part of teamwork. That's what we need to build up in our community is teamwork and healing. But going over to my first topic, I just wanted to briefly speak on the sister No Name. She's a rapper slash poet. She was supposed to be, from my understanding, on this upcoming soundtrack for the movie, the Fred Hampton movie that's coming out, and I believe it's actually coming out tomorrow, the 12th. Um, the Judas and the Messiah movie, and basically to wrap it up, she was saying that she was going to be on the soundtrack on a song with some other people, but she declined it because of the way that the movie is being built and in her opinion, and she wanted to basically let people know that hopefully once people do, she wasn't saying that she don't want people to watch the movie or don't support the movie or that she thought that the movie was dumb or anything, but she just said that we should be going out after we see this movie. For the people who don't know, go do more research on Fred Hampton to see how great of a brother he was and to see what he was doing. And I know a lot of the younger generation probably never heard of Fred Hampton, don't know anything about him, but please, please, please look him up. And you can even go on YouTube now. I seen this morning before even talking to my partner that they have some of his interviews now on YouTube, um, digitized in color, where you can actually hear his voice. You can hear him talk. You can see what he looks like in real life, and you can listen to what he stands for. And you gotta also realize when doing your research how young this brother was when he got assassinated. We always talk all the time about Tupac and the age that Tupac and Biggie, passed away, and they passed away at very young ages too. But Fred Hampton passed away at an even younger age than them. You know what I'm saying? He was only at the time of his death, he died in 1969, born in 1948. 21, 21 years old. This young man was, and he was, the chairman of the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party. And just if you take the chance to follow him, just listen to the things that he was preaching, the things that he was trying to do and change in the black community. It wasn't just about we're going up against a man. He was helping, trying to get things solved in the community, like giving breakfast to the young kids that didn't have it, trying to give back to the community. So it wasn't just about let's fight, 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 fight. This young man was actually trying to help the community, help those, underprivileged, help those who may not have anything. He started the free breakfast program, where giving young kids who may not have the money to have breakfast or may not have breakfast in the home so that they can have a good breakfast before starting out school, you know, trying to help, the young generation, because they always say the young generation is the future. So he was looking at that and he was trying to do that amongst other things. So I just want to speak on that. I definitely hope that people do look at this movie. Um, from what No Name said, the movie kind of sort of focuses more on the piece of shit that got Fred Hampton killed, more so than Fred Hampton itself. But it does give you hopefully a picture of what this man was and who he was to us as black people. He's someone who should be put up on that mountain that we put Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey. He should be up on that mountain as well, because he was somebody that really was a revolutionary. He was ahead of his time, and he was somebody that was trying to help us as black people to love ourselves and to not take the bullshit anymore. So I just want to get your opinion on that. Jay, where is you at? Jay, where is you at?
Man, my bad. It be this thing. Hold on. I'm trying to fix something. I want you to answer another real question before I go in. On that, wasn't that the same sister that was trying Beyonce or something?
I believe so. Let me not speak out of turn, but I think that I think you we talked about it one time before that she had some issue with Beyonce. But let me look that up. I don't want to speak out of turn and you know say something. Yeah, yep, pulling it up here. She had made some comments about Black is King. The thing that Beyonce made, and she had some backlash regarding it. But I don't even care about no Beyonce shit right now. I'm just honestly, it grabbed me because I was really happy that this young sister has an interest in Fred Hampton and has an interest in other people um, learning about him, because he is somebody that does get overlooked, unfortunately. Like I said, when we talk about people, when they bring up Rosa Parks, not to take anything away from any of these black people because all these black people that came before us that
Man, Rosa Parks ain't do nothing but sit her ass on the back of the bus.
listen,
Let me stop.
I know that. I'm just saying
I'm
when you go
fucking
to
out the shop.
school, that's all they want to throw in your face. Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King. That's it. That's all they want to throw in your face. At least when I was coming up. I don't know. I'm not in school right now. Hopefully it's changed, but those are the people that they throw, even commercials. They throw Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks in your face all the time. And there's so many other people
Mhm.
that did great, incredible things and that died for us, that died for us as people, that really took a stand. And, it's just, it just grabbed me that this young female had such an interest in Fred Hampton. So that's why that really grabbed me.
Oh, okay, okay. No, I was just asking because when you said it, it made me think back. Like, oh yeah, we did say something about her, and I would just hope that that's good, but hopefully she be careful because that's just like the Azalea Banks sister was trying to stand up for right things, but kind of shot herself in the foot because she was just attacking so many people and making so many
Man,
incidents.
Azalea Banks shot herself not just in the foot, in the face, the arm. She just always shooting her own self. So let's get that clear. She be fucking up all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So hopefully the sister No Name don't do that, and because instead of attacking Beyonce, she could have got to be an ally to her. You never know. Some people just need some knowledge on certain things. But I mean, then plus she new to the game, so it's just learning about stuff like that. But I mean, shout out to the sister on that. Because like I told you before, I didn't get a chance to tell you, but you had found out about it, and yeah, so it kind of bothered me when they said the information they was gonna give it. So it's kind of like pretty much second hand. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just uh totally accounts of the information that they got from people around him that loved him. So I don't know. It's weird just wondering if it's gonna be the way, like, I don't know, making it look like he was a bad person. You know what I'm saying? That I don't get if that's what it's gonna be. So I don't know, man. I just hope that I don't know. I guess we got to look more into the research of what it's gonna be. What is supposed to come out on? It was it Amazon?
It's I think it's coming out on HBO Max. Well, excuse me, it's gonna be in the movie theaters as well. But I know that a lot of people aren't really trying to go out and fuck with the movie theaters right now due to the pandemic. But yes, it's gonna be on HBO Max and in the movie theaters. Tomorrow, February the 12th, is coming out, and she even kind of hit me on to some because like I said, when I first heard about it, it got me real excited because I revere Fred Hampton in the same, in the same avenues that I put Malcolm X. So I was like, oh shit, finally people are putting some light on this man's name. I've known about Fred Hampton for some years. I have a Fred Hampton T-shirt. I have read up on him, and I just really feel like he's somebody that gets overlooked. But then when she said that, the movie is, in her opinion, shedding more light on the piece of shit, and I'm gonna say his name, William O'Neill. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. Fuck everything he stands for. But it's more so highlighting him than you know highlighting the main man, which is Fred Hampton. And for those who don't know, William O'Neill, he was offered a plea deal by the FBI because he was doing some shit. I don't want to give away everything. He was doing some shit, got caught up. So the FBI, them motherfuckers, they wanted to infiltrate the Black Panther Party and get all this intel on Fred Hampton because they were scared of him because they're always scared of an intelligent and wise black man, and they just couldn't understand how this young brother, so young, could be so smart and intelligent, and they didn't like it. So they got this piece of shit to be an informant and to go undercover to join the Black Panthers, and I'll just leave it at that. But that's what you know.
Mhm.
The movie is about, basically how this piece of shit helped the FBI kill Fred Hampton. Basically,
Right.
that's what the movie's about. And like I said, it just touched me that a young person, younger than us, is doing her research. She know who Fred Hampton
Mhm.
is. She know what he's about, and that really made me feel good. That because a lot of people, even myself, sometimes be like saying, "Man, yo, this young generation, they don't, be doing their research. They just don't give respect to the people that came before us." And it just really was cool to see that this young woman, regardless of her opinion on how she feel. It was just great to see that this young girl even knew about Fred Hampton and felt so strongly about it that she said, "Nah, I don't want to be a part of this soundtrack." You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to, you know, just speak on her, and then just get your opinion on how you feel, if you feel she did the right thing by saying no, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. You already know. I agree. She definitely did the right thing. So, but like I said, hopefully she just in the future careful about shooting herself in the mouth, like your homegirl did, and try to make alliances with people versus just trying to go off on everything. I said I respect what she's trying to do and bring light to stuff. I'm glad she said for us to, for people to just check out stuff and just try to read more on the brother Fred Hampton. We definitely got a lot of love for him, but of course that's because people like us, we try to dig deep into the strongest of components about people. That's just like when I don't know where the hell my book at. Somebody must have got me, but that's just like when I had my Sada Shakur book. I had to get that. I had to read it. Ever since when Common was a brother still, when he made that song for Asada, I was like, yo, I gotta read this book. So, the way he broke it down in that song was just perfect. You know what I'm saying? So when I read it, almost felt like I read the book already because the way he broke it down, the book down in that song. So when I read it, I already knew about a lot of stuff because of the way he broke it down. So stuff like that, and another book, great book. I gotta finish the last few chapters or so, but A Spook That Sat by the Door. Like these are the type of books that we got to give to our children to read to find out about the people we know about. You know what I'm saying? So we realize because I've heard young brothers say, "Well, why don't black people do this? Why we've never done X, Y, Z?" But and I'll be like, "No, the Black Panthers did that," and they be like, "Oh wow, really? I didn't know that because you didn't do your history." Like they say, it's nothing new under the sun. So when we think, why we don't this, we've done a lot of these things. So that's why people like me and you be like, it's different ways we got to move and find different solutions because there's so many things that was tried. So even if we think we're doing something new, the best thing to do is look at history and what's happened before, and how do we move accordingly to that. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with her on that. I'm glad she took a stance, and especially on that, like yo, I ain't with that. Not when the motherfucker did something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving something to him. I'm not trying to contribute to him. Fuck him. So yeah, I definitely respect that to the utmost.
Cool, cool. Now we're gonna get over to JTL for his next topic.
All right. Okay. So my thing was this. I seen this, and I'm sure a lot of people seen this. So lately on social media, I think this was since yesterday. So this viral video going around of this young sister. I ain't watched the whole video because I just didn't want to. This sister who's a caretaker taking care of this old white lady, and the white lady spit in her face twice. And
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
the cap, the caption read, "What would you do if you was her?" I didn't even want to watch the whole
Oh
thing
no!
because I don't know if she did anything or not. So if y'all want to look it up, that's on y'all. I didn't want to see it because it made me sick to my stomach. Because what I'm so tired of, things like this happening, we don't realize. we act like we don't realize the same shit happening all the fucking time. So are we talking to ourselves or are we talking to white people when we try to point these things out? Are we trying to get white people to see what's going on like they don't know when majority of them don't care? The majority of them do not care. So, I mean, what's the point of us showing this all the time when we know they don't care? We already know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what I don't know, man. You give your opinion on it because what I told you is basically all that I watched. You give your opinion on
See,
what do you think?
things like that, like you said, even you just telling me about it makes me sick to my stomach, and I haven't even I didn't even know about it till you just said it, and I'm actually kind of glad I didn't see it. But like you said, we don't. I'm glad you said that because some people don't always tell the whole truth. We don't know what, like you said, what happened beforehand, but we all know just from a human being standpoint, spitting in someone's face is the ultimate disrespect. Like I don't give a shit if somebody is 6'7", 325. If they spit in my face, I'm just gonna have to get my ass whooped because I'm gonna fight them. I'm gonna fight them. I'm gonna stab them. I'm gonna do something. Because spitting on someone is the ultimate disrespect. And then we just gotta face the reality. Everybody always wants to tippy toe around this. Excuse me, white people want to tippy toe around this situation where something like that happens when you have an older white. Because I'm pretty sure you said caretaker. I'm pretty sure this white woman's old, correct? Jay, hello, you there? You sleeping? Anyway, I don't know what the fuck you doing, but I'm assuming that this old
Man,
woman
you know every time
who
Travis can't push the fast, man.
I'm guessing she's old, right? So
Ooh,
if you want to,
the
the
patient?
white woman, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So if she's old, you have to think about the time she came up when she was younger. She was, elementary, middle school, high school. She was brought up more than likely around people that felt a certain way towards blacks. And then you see a lot of these situations where in these older places, excuse me, in these places where, someone's taking care of older white people, they don't want a black person caring for them anyway. They don't want to be there, first off. Let me say that. They don't want to be there. But secondly, you're going to make them be there and have a black person taking care of them. That's just the utmost opposite of what they want to be dealing with and who they want to be around. So I just I can't even say what I would do in that situation. I can't even give that answer because you have to be in that situation. Like, who knows? We're all human. We could say, we go to therapy and we do this and that, and we're trying to become better people. But when someone does something to you and you said she did it more than once, I mean, we're only human. I mean, we're only human, and sometimes there's only so much that a human being can take. So in that situation, I can't even give a proper response on what I would do or how I respond because just listening to it sickens me. So I can't imagine what I would do in the situation if that person was actually spitting in my face.
Yeah, like I said, my whole thing bringing it up was just the fact that people keep showing these things that like they don't know that's what's going on. For the plenty of us, I mean, maybe a lot of people don't, but for a lot of us that know people that's in the nursing field, especially home caretakers and nursing homes, we know that the nursing homes be shady and how they treat their employees, or how a lot of the employees are shady themselves, and how racist a lot of these old white people are. So like I said, my whole point of bringing it up is
Because not to
I'm
cut
kind
you
of
off,
sick and
but
tired of us.
when we talk
We
about
know this.
when we talk about old white people, just think about it. Like your mom, my mom, the age group that they're in. And then, we hear the stories from our mom, we hear the stories from our uncles who were a certain age, at a certain time, and they tell you the stories about, white people throwing rocks at them, white people calling them nigger, white people trying to fight them, white people not letting them do this, white people not letting them do that. That old woman was around during that time. So that old woman could have been one of those whites that went to high school around the time my mother was in high school, and she could have been one of the whites that was throwing rocks at my mom. So when we just look at the fucking reality of it, we have to look at it as she's in that age group that was doing all those things. So 9 times out of 10, she not only don't like black people, she despises black people. And she's saying, I gotta get help from you. I gotta take orders from you. You beneath me. So all I feel like I want to do is spit in your face. So that's where that comes from.
Uh, well, like I said, I'm just tired of them showing these videos and what would you do, blah, blah, squads. I'm like, white people know what it is. You hear white people, well, racism is here. Certain people, they don't care. My thing is, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? It's been this way before we got here. What do you expect? Why keep bringing it up? Why keep showing this and showing that? We know what it is. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Just stop fucking trying to show something we already know what it is. So we can go ahead and go to your topic, man, because that shit sickens me.
All right, I'm gonna just my last topic here
Did
for the
you just
day.
smack your gums, motherfucker?
I really don't know what you're talking about, but anyway, my last
It's
topic
always that.
is yeah, okay. You need to maybe it's your little Cracker Jack phone over there,
Look,
your
look, look.
your South African phone that you got over
Hey,
there.
hey, hold on now. We ain't gonna talk about Africa that way.
Hey, listen, you know how I feel about Africa, so you ain't gotta be all
All
political
right,
there,
hey,
man.
look,
I'm just letting you
look.
know. I'm just letting you know
Watch
you
your,
got that.
watch your tone
When I say
and go
when I
ahead
say
and
South
do
African,
your topic.
it's a difference between North and South people. When you go up north, you know that the people that's from South Africa be having them fake ass, phony ass stands, and they be selling them cheap ass phones. And when you get the phone worked for like a week and break. That's why I said that. Okay.
Listen, since I don't know what you're talking about, I'm gonna take it as disrespect. Watch your tone and do your topic.
So my next topic is, and we're gonna just get on this real quickly. The whole Nick Cannon thing. We seen that he done made nicey nicey back with his people that kicked him off. Of the Wildin' Out show, and you and I had spoke on it before numerous times about the situation with him, how they did him, how these corporations do black people, how they, just the overall of how they take ownership of our shit, how they have more monetary gain from our shit than we do. I know that goes into the contracts that we sign, but just speaking in general, that, and then he, went right back over there. You know what I'm saying? He went right back over, and, we can say whatever we want, which we do, and we give our opinion of him going running back to master. But to me, I actually had a glimmer of hope, and maybe I'm ignorant for having that glimmer of hope. I thought that he was just gonna do his own thing. He was gonna say fuck them, try to build his own thing up with his own money, with his own whatever, and just say, hey, fuck them. But he went back over there, and I just felt like, we could just touch on it real quick because, as we always say, that's why we look at our own self as leaders, and we don't really look to other people to lead the way and things like that, because whenever we try to in the past look at someone as a certain way, they always just be make us say, damn man, not you, or damn man, why you do that. And this was one of those situations where it was like I was hoping, but my hope was wrong. Go ahead, Jay. And his 50-second delay.
Well, we already talked about that. We was hoping it'd do better, but I mean, it is what it is. The company is worth 1 billion some dollars to show, so
And it's Viacom, right?
yeah, so we know what it is now. What's so sad? All right, he's worth 100 million, but that's not just because of that show. Mad Singer was paying him like no. America's Got Talent was paying him like 10 million a season. Mad Singer was probably paying close to that too. So he didn't make the bulk of his money from Wild 'N Out, and also he was over there with Nickelodeon. So it wasn't from, which is under Viacom. So it wasn't from that show. So if that show is 1.4 worth 1.4 billion, why he ain't got like 300-400 million? So to go running back to that, it's like, nah, you know what? Because I think what happened was damage control. When he was like, "Fuck it, I'm finna sue y'all, motherfuckers." The lawyer's like, "Well, he might actually got a case." So and he trying to be out here on the apology tour. So maybe we should just go ahead and work something out, give it a little time and work something out. Because it's like you should have just took it and did your own thing. In fact, you didn't need MTV, but we still are doing these things, acting like we need these people when we really don't. But the problem is, like Dame Dash said, everybody want to pretend to and play boss when they're not using their own money. That's the only reason why a situation like this with Nick could happen is because it's not your money. You're not putting up the money. If that's just like with the Friday franchise, Q paid for the first Friday instead of just saying, "Hey, I just want y'all to distribute the movie and help me distribute the movie." We do an 80-20 split, and he could get all the money. No, you let them slap your head and say, "We'll take the risk." Why would they take the risk if they don't believe in you? That's the only way they're gonna give all that shell all that money out is because they like this might hit. And they made great money. They spent a couple million to make it. They made like 50+ million off of it. So you could have took the risk and just did an 80-20 split and got your money. So when Nick Cannon did what he did, he could have just made the show on his own. But people look at, well, no, we're gonna let them pay for it. No, stop it. I seen Master P, Wise Intelligent, and the other brother named James, something his last name escapes me. But they over there with the rap snack chip, the rap snack chips. And you got people dissing them, but people like, man, listen, we try everything that we buy, we trying to make. We buy noodles, we finna make money off the noodles. We eating chips, we gonna make money off the chips. And all the other stuff that they was talking about doing. So we talk shit about each other trying to do something, but when we gonna see the white ice is colder, that's okay. We talking about they need to include us. Why? All these actors that's doing their thing. Oh, I'm a boss. You're not a boss. If you a director, but you mean to tell me, like, look at Tyler Perry. I respect what he's trying to do, but like I told you before, we did a show on it briefly, I believe, and we was talking about that Tyler Perry Studios ain't all his. He had investors on that. He's not a boss. You're not a boss. If you ain't put all the money up, or at least like, hey, for the next 10, 15, 20 years, we got a contract together, but after that, you get your money back. This my shit. You have no say so, no nothing. You get your investment back. This is gonna be. I'm the sole proprietor. Fine, but they don't do that. What they do, go get their money, play with their money, and holler, I'm a boss. You're not a fucking boss. And we've been having this conversation for years, and it's just so annoying that people don't work their way on moving towards they owning their own shit and keeping it in the family. That's just like I remember when we was going to Bogey, back in our high school days, and I remember I came home. I think I was 16, 15, 16. So I come home and I was staying with my brother at the time, and I just remember watching BET, waiting for Rap City the Basement come on, and then I seen a headline on BET that Bobby Johnson sold BET to Viacom. Even then, I wasn't that intuitive then as I am now. But even back then, something felt not right. I was like, no, why did he do that? And Bob Johnson is a billionaire, right? But he sold BT to Viacom for only $100 million. I'm like, but that company's worth billions. Why would you sell BET? You're helping to make careers like Jay-Z, Bad Boy, Rockefeller, Cash Money, No Limit. You're helping actors. You're helping Spike Lee show his movies. You helping all these people. You helping to create careers and lives and all of this stuff, and you sold it to Viacom. So that's why we start seeing the shows get garbage. Besides Rap City, we start seeing a lot of shows get garbage. 106 in Park was the black version of TRL. Then instead of us having MTV, our own BET cribs, the black people, because you had the one brother, I forget his name, but he was exposing the crazy stuff that was happening at BET, and he was like, MTV would, before they bought it, they would steal content from BET. This brother said they would have lunch breaks and sit there and watch what was going on BET for like 2 hours. That was actually part of their studies they was doing every day to steal stuff from us. And they would have a lot of young brothers go over there and create stuff like MTV Cribs. White people didn't talk like that. That's how we talk. What do you mean cribs? White people don't talk like that. That's how we talk. So fast going back to Nick Cannon, you see us giving everything to them just to come back and be a slave. Oprah Winfrey sold her network to come back and be an executive at her own shit she used to own for $100 million. So we keep doing these things to ourselves, and the sad part about it is we think it's a good move. And I'm always respect Dame. You're not a boss. You don't put up your own money. Hands down. Talking about me and my
Yeah,
delay.
that's why I brought that up, because it's not about anything other than just seeing somebody that has the means. Because a lot of people may say, well, if you ain't got this and that, okay, well, you have someone who does have the means to make a own way, own lane for himself and for other people. Because it's not just about Nick, it's about making a lane for other people, and we don't have to be under their thumb. And there's some people who don't have the financial security that he does, that would love to be able to say, you know what, we don't need them, we can do it ourselves. And it just saddens me when I see people who do have the financial means to do it, as you said, just not thinking like, hey, we don't need them, we can do this, I can do this on my own, and I don't have to have them telling me what to do, or have them owning 80%, or have them telling me when to stop, or what I can and cannot say, and what content and this and that. Everything can be by us or by you, can be owned by you, and it's all yours, and you don't have to share it with them. It can be all yours. And when you have the opportunity to do that, I just feel like sometimes we miss the boat, when it's like, all right, we got this opportunity to do something, and we don't have to use them, we don't have to have their help, we could just do it on our own. Yet time and time again, we run to them, we sell to them, we give to them, we get them 80%, we get them 50%, we get them 40%, when we could just take the time to do it ourselves, and we don't even have to have them involved at all. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I brought that up, because like I said, I tried to have hope. I thought that maybe after all that happened, and the way that the things came to be, that he was going to choose to go that route. But I was wrong, as usual, and here we are yet again, where it's like we running back to them.
Uh-huh. Did you have another topic?
Now that was my two topics that I was going to bring forth today. And then I thought we was gonna hit them up with another show in another day or two, and get on some other things. So those were my two topics for today.
All right. Well, I guess we pretty much can end the show here. We'll definitely get back at the show with some more stuff. We got definitely some more good stuff to bring to y'all.
We're gonna
So
have Financial Friday coming, and then, as I said, we're gonna hit you with another show, make you some more of the topics of the up to date actions that's going on.
All right, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and let y'all go. So make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for some more gangster shit. You know how only out from the norm can bring it. So this your boy JCL.
It's your man HD signing off.
Yeah, we out here.